Jordan, can you just talk about kind of what the difference was in the offense in the second half versus the first half? It seemed like you guys finally sort of found some rhythm and made some plays.
My plan was to come out and just pound the ball more than we did the first half. Of course, we had a difference with the quarterback changes. We had James in all day, and we brought T.O. in for some swings. James did his thing today. I'm proud of him. We just gotta put our pieces together.
David, how would you compare their offense with some of the other offenses you played against this year?
It's the spread type. They were a lot more up-tempo than the other teams. I think it was like 97 plays or something that they ran, which was a lot more than the game before. But it's, they're very good at what they're doing. It's very basic plays, and we just, we got to get off the field on third down.
I guess in that coach was talking about, first and second downs, y'all are getting quality stops, and then there was that disconnect on basically third and long. What kind of, from your vantage point, did you see was kind of that disconnect?
You could say it's a lot of different things. You don't want to. There's no finger pointers. It's the front seven not getting enough push. It's the back not covering well enough. You can blame it on anything you want, but it comes down to is as a defense we just got to come together and get off the field on third down. Give our offense the ball back when they're rolling.
Jordan, you had a really nice long run. That was a great cutback, and then some nice downfield blocking. You read your blocks well and almost scored. Can you kind of just talk about what happened on that play?
It wasn't my run. The offensive line, they opened it up for me. So shoot, it's my job to get to the second level and do what I do. So it's never me. Whenever a run breaks, it's something happened with the offensive line or the receivers. They got a key block, and that's what happened. The center, the whole offensive line got a key block, and I seen the hole and I hit it.
JP, you see the explosiveness of the receivers. You saw it a little bit today in bits. How exciting is it for you to know the potential they have to stretch the field for you and stretch just their explosiveness in general every day?
We're going to have explosives. We shared the ball around today. We got Jemiah in today. We got Jerry in today. We got me in today. So, we're just trying to spread the ball around, get everybody in the game, and shoot, everybody get a touch.
David, what made it so hard to get to Howell? It seemed like he slid around in the pocket really well and was able to find the seams in the defense. He had enough time on a lot of those third down throws.
You said it right there. He had enough time. He got out of my reach one time, but it's just he's a freshman quarterback. He's obviously he's pretty good. Mm-hmm. And it's just when guys have the opportunities, we have to seize them, and that's all it comes down to is guys making plays when they have the opportunities.
Dave and Jordanos, both of you guys, I'm curious just how do you kind of – obviously it stinks to lose, and I know you guys are hating it, having lost a few in a row now, but what's just your overall sense of this team and where you guys are headed and how you kind of, put that in perspective with also just hating losing and feeling like you guys probably aren't playing the way you want to play at this point?
Personally, I'll give you the defensive point of view. A little bit of a reality check for us. We've been playing really, really well the past few games, and then we come out and we can't get off the field. So for me personally, it's that hurts me as the defensive leader. But seeing that the offense is really getting their stuff together, and it looked really, really good tonight. It's just we're not going to dwell on it. We're gonna, it hurts. Yeah, it hurts a lot, but we're going to move forward. And the only thing that we can do is go be 1-0 as Duke.
Just overall, if you come to one of our practices, we don't practice like a losing team. So it's just we just got to put things together and get rolling. That's all it is.
Jordan, how close do you feel like the offense is to kind of finding that rhythm and being consistent? Because that's sort of been the missing piece thus far into the season. If the offense and the defense can get together, it seems like you guys have a chance to get some wins.
We doing everything we can do switch it up and get people on the field who needs to be on the field, get our athletes on the field. You see, we tried to get Tobias in the receiver. He played a little bit of receiver tonight. James, he played the quarterback. So we just trying to find our touch right now. But we working every day. Every day we come to practice, we work. So.
Yes, sir.
David, playing against these receivers, how do you see them develop, and how dangerous do you see them potentially down the road?
When I see a long ball being caught downfield, or any the wide receivers catching, I'm like, that looks normal to me. In practice, anybody that's there at practice, you see it there. Our wide receivers are very explosive and very good with their hands. It's just them getting the repetitions in the offensive line, and the blocking and everything's happening for our quarterbacks to be able to give it to them. And so it's really cool to see when it actually comes together in the game like it did tonight. And but it's not a surprise because it happens all the time in practice.
Sure.
It's a question for both of you. All emphasis on the passing game. What do you think about the rushing game and establishing a run game? It could help with maybe time of possession, avoiding the defense being fatigued, perhaps. I don't know if you can say, but just any ideas, the rushing game, or what could be done in?
I think that personally that the offense ran the ball pretty well tonight. I think him and Jerry had a few good runs, but it's I think that the offense held the ball decently well tonight. Is the defense that couldn't get off the field. So it's a combination of the both. It comes down to is like when they're playing well, we got to play well. It can't be one-sided, and so that's something that we're trying to get together right now.
Anything else for Jordan or David?
Jordan, do you think it helped having one quarterback go the whole way through and not be moving guys in and out?
I'm with whatever, man. I'm just here to play my spot, do my 111, and shoot. I just do my 111. That's it.
Anything else?
Antoine, during the week leading up to the game, we heard a lot about how big and physical their offensive line was. What did you see out there today?
They're definitely a talented group of guys. You know what I mean? They played well tonight. Protected their QB. That's really all I can say on that fact.
Can you talk a little bit about the zone blitz concept where you got the interception?
Really, it's just I dropped. I seen the ball coming towards me. I know I had to make a big play for my teammates. Good job on the DBs, making sure he get the check down so I can get the interception. Good job for the D linemen getting the rush and linebackers. All congrats on that play goes to my teammates, man. It's just awesome play by everybody.
Their quarterback was often able to throw with good time. Just can you describe the challenge in trying to get there and the different things you're trying to do to try to pressure him and get him off the spot?
Pardon me?
Their quarterback, he seemed to have a lot of time often to throw, and obviously you mentioned before about their offensive line. Can you talk about just the challenge of getting to him and the different things you were trying to do to try to create pressure?
We did a lot of different things to try to create pressure. Some of the times we were unsuccessful. We just gotta get back in the lab and work on it a little bit more. Work on our pass rushing, work on our hands, work on our feet work. And that goes for everybody, not just D-line, the whole defensive team. You know what I mean? But hey, we got next week coming. Only thing we can do is build off of it and get better every single day, and that's what we're gonna do.
Can you talk a little bit about just, I guess, the overall defensive vibes and do you feel a little bit less pressure when the offense started moving the ball in the second half? Did that kind of light you guys up again? Because it seemed like the defense started playing better again after the offense got going a little bit.
On defense, our vibe is always up. Whether the offense is moving the ball or not, we always have to have that high morale. You know, when the offense started moving the ball, you know, we knew those guys were going to get into a groove. It was only a matter of time. And when they did, you know, it brought a lot of juice to the sideline. You know, we had to step up and do our job as a defense. You know, they doing their job as an offense, you know. So I feel like ultimately it's always on the defense, always. You know, we can create turnovers, get points, and also we stop the team from getting points. So ultimately I feel like the heap is always on the defense.
Looked like early in the game they were trying to get out on the perimeter with their running game. And as the game went on, it looked like did you guys make some adjustments to stop them getting to the perimeter?
I mean, we always make adjustments at halftime. Perimeter runs are always something that we pride ourselves on not letting the running back or the quarterback turn that corner. So was just making that adjustment of keeping it contained and keeping those guys from getting on the outside and trying to make big plays.
You kind of touched on this, but it was 17-0, and then you guys scored to get 17-7. It seemed like the stadium really seemed to get going, and then you got I think it was a 3-and-out to force another punt. Can you describe just what it kind of was, what it felt like at that point, and maybe it felt like the momentum of the game was changing for maybe a little bit?
What was that last part again?
Could you describe just what it felt like on that drive? And I confess I don't remember if you were on the field or not, but like when you got that 3-and-out after it was 17-7, just what it felt like to maybe feel like things were tilting your way a little bit.
I mean, it's a great feeling always when you get a 3-and-out. You know what I mean? Just not when the offense scores. Whenever you get a 3-and-out on the defense, that's a big accomplishment. You know what I mean? Well, all the great teams that we have in the ACC, all the power offense that we have in the ACC, when you get a 3-and-out against any team, you know what I mean? It's always a great accomplishment. When that just happened tonight, it just happened to bring, like I said, bring a lot of juice to us, bring a lot of energy. You know what I mean? When the offense did score, when they got in the end zone, we got a 3-and-out back. You know, it was just gave us a little bit of energy to get back there.
James, it seemed like the offense started to get together and get some cohesion in the second half. Kind of what was going on the offense that got you guys kind of going finally on offense?
We picked up the tempo a little bit, and we started executing the plays and taking what the defense gave us, and it ended up pretty good.
James, we talked after the last game, you know, about you're getting some, you know, more reps than you were used to getting, and you talked about making the progression. What was it like this week, you know, playing just about the whole game?
It felt good. I had a few reads that I wish I can get back and a few throws that I shouldn't have made. But it felt pretty good overall coming out and starting.
Malachi, how did it feel to get in the end zone and catch a touchdown today?
I mean, it felt great. I mean, we've been talking about it all week. You know, me and my boy James just finally finding that connection, that chemistry we've been looking for, and I feel like that was just the first sign of what we could really do this season.
Malachi, do you feel that – well, actually, James, let me ask you this. Do you feel that you guys are getting more comfortable with each other, and do you like the explosiveness of the receiving core in general?
Oh, definitely. I mean, we got a great receiving core. And, I mean, as you can see in the second half, we started to pick it up a little bit, started to, you know, find out what we can do, how we can get down the field, and started to get a little more comfortable. But, you know, that's just all going to come from, you know, just working and getting more reps with James starting and everything, so we could just start off a lot faster than we did.
James, I know you said last week how there were times where you felt a little antsy in the pocket. Now that you kind of reflect on the past 7 days, how much more comfortable do you feel now than maybe 7 days ago?
I feel a lot better. Those guys fought their butt off to block for me today. I could have got it out a little faster, a few reads, but overall it was pretty good. Salute those guys for their effort.
James, I meant to ask you this before. How about the chemistry between you and just the variety of weapons that you have and just the options that you have, the explosiveness of your receivers? How much fun is it having such a group to throw to?
It's exciting having guys like Malachi and AB, the Donikas, TD, even the backup tight ends came in a little bit, showed what they can do. But we're going to get better every day at practice, and the connection's going to get better, and it's just going to all fall apart. I meant together, fall together.
In terms of the offense and how important was it getting that touchdown out of the half and do you feel like it relaxed you guys and it seemed like you started playing better overall after you got that first score on the board?
Yeah, it picked up the whole team energy, and the offense felt pretty good that we scored before the half and came out, got the ball back, didn't score, but we moved it a little bit. We're just going to get better every day at practice.
Malachi, kind of to that end, obviously last week it was a really tough go with the offense and really through the first half.
Mm-hmm.
What felt different or was different in the last 2 quarters of the game as opposed to what you guys have been playing? Had you guys been playing before?
I mean, it seems like our quick game works a lot. It definitely works pretty well. And I feel like when we just play at our quick tempo, like we always practice at during practice, when we just play at that quick 2-minute tempo, we just get the ball down the field. We don't give the defense a lot of time to adjust, things like that. So, we feel a lot more comfortable when we play in that quick offense that, get on the ball, let's run our plays, you feel me? Because it just really makes things run smooth. So that's really what brought us together in the second half, just, playing how we know how to play.
This question is for both of you. How has Jalen's inability to play kind of affected the both of you in any kind of way at all?
It was a big loss to the receiver core, and we knew a couple guys were going to have to step up. Obviously, Malachi step up every time he has to. And we're sad that Jalen's gone, but I know he'll be back next year stronger, so we're just going to ride it out.
I mean, I say with Jalen leaving, I mean, it's definitely horrible that he can't play. I know he'll be back, but I mean, it doesn't really do anything except make us want to play harder, especially as receiving core. Jalen's a great player, strong hands, big body, someone that you definitely want on the field. But with him not on the field, it just doesn't put any pressure on us, but it definitely puts fire in us to really just go out there and make plays for him.
Anything else for Malachi or James? Last one here with Ken.
James, I'm curious, just the blitz pressure that they brought. I mean, it seems like what they do is that they bring in guys from all over and dropping guys and so forth. What was that like to read, and was there a play or two that you were really kind of happy with as far as you kind of knowing kind of what was coming and anticipating that and getting rid of the ball?
It was difficult a little bit, but as you see, I stood in the pocket, tried to make as many throws as I could. I would have liked a little more time, but the blitzes, they picked them up pretty good. And the running backs, they did their best trying to pick up the blitz. And it's just we're going to have to get better every week and learn those blitzes.